Yeah. Peace and blessings, everyone. Anyone who's present, anyone who sees this, and who's ever within the sound of our voice, whoever looks like me, whoever can see me and us, and whoever's within the sound of our voice, we will that you are blessed, blessed beyond measure. Hotep. Come on, let's go. Listen, so I should have had a piece of music already ready, huh? Some type of music. Do what? Breaking news. Got echoing. Put the chat over here so I can see it too. But I wouldn't have to do that. I'll put it right here. Oh, but you can't respond. So the private chat is between who and who?
Just us, because we have our restreaming concentrate.
Oh, okay. So that's just within inside of the group. Okay, and all of this over here, this chat, this over here is the basically overall chat. You see, I did the chat overlay so people can actually see what's in the chat.
Yes, sir.
But I might take that off so the screen can be bigger.
Yes,
We can
sir.
add more people like this.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So that's just thought process is 365. Yeah.
All the way live.
Thought process is 365 all the way live.
46 subscribers. 46.
They're building. Please like and subscribe if it's something that you see that that is of consciousness, or if it assists in any type of a way. Please like, subscribe, and share. Yo, y'all really got to put that information out, because in order for this information to get around, we have to tell them to like, subscribe, and share.
Yes,
Well, I
sir.
guess that's what y'all, basically that's how y'all broke it down to me.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. The show's always also on the screen.
Yeah, it's going to record that way now. Do what?
I was saying for some reason I'm not a moderator. Oh yeah, I haven't logged in on there and made my moderator yet.
Well, you need to go ahead and do that, don't you? You probably need to do that like right now. What is what noise? I see you. I see you, Amir. He just wants to pause. Amir, you look really sleepy. Family. I'm gonna toy around with my microphones over here and see if you can hear me better like this, or can you hear me better like? Maybe if I turn the mic up. Yeah. Okay. How about now?
It sounds
You have
like
to turn the mic.
slightly quieter. It came in and it went right
Does
back.
it? Does it sound quiet?
That was just what you consider a minor inconvenience, but we are here back in the flesh now.
Okay. Okay, so it says you are the structure to your foundation is your title, right? The host is actually Ruler the Great, and I'm just here to yeah, I'm the co-host. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, let's figure this one out. What? How's that? Why is it because of the
I got the boot trying to figure out why any audio for live is not going to these headphones.
is it because of
Get one of these short pairs right here, not the Bluetooth set.
These headphones.
This is a Bluetooth set, but I have a cord.
you have to be corded?
You gotta grab
Do you have a cord to your? Can your phone take? Can that phone take a cord?
It can't.
That's a special. That requires a special cord that needs to be.
Oh man, I got those headphones. No, it you can use the
Use shorter.
no, you can use the power supply. You know, like the headphones got the what is that, the USB C at the bottom. The headphones that come with a couple of those phones, the headphones, the earbuds that come with them actually are like the supply. They work like that. And I've got some in the house. So that's what's up. I could even be like this, huh?
For some reason, I'm
Kicked out. Yeah, you got kicked out. You got rough housed. Rough house to the back room.
Yeah, moderator. Let's get back mod. The big bitch says now moderator. Oh, process. Let's just close now moderator.
And that's on YouTube?
Yeah, so
Oh, okay.
I'm about to go ahead and count it. I get moderator too.
Okay, well y'all get it right, get it started. You know, Nasir, you're running this ruler. So I'm gonna let you I'm just, the co-host. So this is your show.
I am now moderator.
All right. Peace and blessings, family. I'll be swapping this around.
Peace and infinite blessings. I will intend that all is well with you and yours. I'm going to go ahead and get to this reading real quick. But
I wonder why you popping a little bit.
all is well with you and yours.
Oh, let me see something.
Get to this reading real quick.
Oh, that echo, that repeated. Did you say that again?
No, I didn't. It was echoing through your speakers, but it's not echoing through the audio of the YouTube itself. Though.
Okay, well, you know what? I'm gonna turn it down over here. Can you hear? Can you say that again? Can you all still hear it?
It was echoing through your speakers, but it's
Can't.
not echoing through the audio of the YouTube itself.
You can hear me? You know what? I'm gonna turn it down over here. Can you hear? Can you? Can you all still hear? Get back in. What is it now? Oh, so you had to get off? You know what? Turn it down. Okay, where you at? I don't see. Oh yeah, I did. Can you all still hear? Backstage. Okay, now. Oh, so you had to get off? You know what? Turn it down. All right.
Let me switch these headphones out real quick. For sure.
He can't use no short headphones. His phone don't plug in.
Oh yeah.
So what do we got? Man, what are you doing? What are you doing? I'm talking to you, Ruler. What are you doing? Recording what? Y'all just make sure y'all yeah. And respectfully, don't even request to take those out of here because it's not happening. For no purpose, plan, or reason. It's up at the top. Look at the top. It doesn't say it on your screen, huh? You are the structure to your foundation.
Am I coming through clearly on YouTube or what?
I hear you.
Okay, perfect.
Excuse me, I should probably put on headphones too, and actually,
Yes, sir.
I needed to, but
It's way better. Look, we got what is it? Okay, so all right, so peace, love, and eternal blessings to everybody who joined. I will intend you are enjoying every single second of it now. I'm about to go ahead and get to this reading. So, you are the structure to your foundation. When it comes to making sure the structure for the foundation is solid, we have to be sure that what we put into the process of building that foundation is something that's going to allow it to last over time. One thing every person needs to understand is that they are the structure to their foundation. The decisions we make in the present moment are going to determine a healthy foundation or one that isn't even long lasting. It is important that it is important that we as these beings ask ourselves questions that allow us to understand your excuse what we are providing into the structure of our foundation. As we all know, an unsteady foundation is bound to break before the test of time. We want to be able to have a foundation that is set for the children of our great grandchildren's grandchildren and go even further past that in the mind because we are unlimited sources of light energy. We are light beings having this human experience, and the only drawbacks or limits are conceived in the mind. Once we all become aware of this, we will understand the steps we need to take to build a timeless foundation that will hold down and raise up a nation. Today, there are so many beings walking upon this earth, awoke but not alert and conscious of who they are and the power they possess to come together and build up this nation. What this lack of consciousness has caused is not only their praise and belief in a higher being looking down from the sky, telling them how to direct their lives for the greater good in order to make it to what they want to call heaven, but it has also torn this nation apart. This is why it's important for everyone to wake up, realize who they are and what they're capable of setting up for themselves as well as their future generations. This is what our ancestors before us have done for us, so we must be willing to follow in their footsteps for the sake of those coming afterwards. Only then can we enjoy the smell of the proverbial flowers and embrace every inch, every drop, every particle of greatness that our life experience has to offer. It is time for us as a people to structure a long lasting foundation, period. So, what's y'all's take on it?
Yeah, that was a mistake. We were very very unorganized with that. Yeah, very apologetic for that. If you got the chance to hear it and you see this afterwards, that's probably gonna be one of them things that get edited out. That was like you sounded
It's probably gonna be a good laugh for some people.
like yeah.
No, that's all it's gonna be. It seems like the most the videos I've seen, I have seen online and
Well, you got to get to it. People don't want to waste their time just seeing you jack off your time now. So come on, that's what's up. Because where's the? I apologize for that. Where's the? Where you at? Because I don't see your invite back. I'm here, but I'm off camera. All right. I can see myself talking by the thing jumping. I'll put Amir back on when he wake up because he's sitting there with his mouth open. He's froze on the yawn. He would freeze on the yawn. You know what I'm saying?
that's fun. I'm about to pop it right now.
Say what?
I can hear stuff.
Yeah, that's cool. Now, come on,
I'm
let's go.
backstage.
Okay.
Your microphone?
Turn your mic on, Lamar. Hold on, let me put you back in. No, you still sound like a robot for whatever reason. Let me see if I can.
I'll just talk to the.
Let me see if there's anything I can do. Huh?
You heard me clear? Yeah.
You can hear him clear. You could literally hear him clear. You said.
Let's just do what we did last night. However, we did that. Yeah, I can hear myself.
I mean, I can do that. I can put this mic back and just turn it up over here, and we could try that. Okay. Well,
Your initials are S, A, and C. I'm sitting here backstage.
Okay. So, just got to talk a little louder. Let me see if I turn it. I'm about to turn this mic up because I can't hear myself on here at all now. Let's see if I can turn the mic up. Can y'all say something?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I can say something, but I'm still sitting back. Yeah, I can still hear. He's now still sitting backstage. I can hear everything well.
Oh, okay. You take me
I can hear me perfect.
on stage.
At least you can show all of us on the screen. Yeah.
This what?
At least you can show all of us on the screen.
Yeah. Backstage. Okay, say something.
Yes.
Something.
What the hell?
What is that turned up for?
Was your mic on?
Yeah, I'll turn my mic on.
No, leave your mic off, actually,
Yes, sir, I got you.
because what's going to have to happen is, I don't even see my bars jumping no more. I'm barely seeing my. Okay, I just have to sit for it and figure this shit out. Okay. So,
Back to the topic, right?
Yeah.
So I'm going to speak. I'm always speaking. You gonna turn the outline back up?
Yeah, see, well, like I was saying, like in this society, especially, like people don't have any care for others, obviously, because of just the things that are being promoted, or things that are online, and things that are in the world. Like, I'm just saying that like, because after dealing with certain things and realizing like people do not care for your health, or they do not care for you to survive, obviously, because then most of the sites wouldn't have been created. Most of the industry wouldn't be how it like, and not the music industry, but just and not even some of that too, but like there's other industries as well. Like it's multiple industries, and like you can tell that they're mainly affected. And then considering how young children are, they're easily affected. Because I was watching this 50 Cent video, and he like years ago he dealt with like masturbation and porn addiction, but he made a video because he had saw one day his son was like in the bathroom for like 45 minutes. So he checked his history and everything. His mother had checked his history, and he said he was watching porn in there. Like it's just like something to learn from, because 50 Cent dealt with the same thing. And he I think, I don't know if he wrote a book on it, but he had ways to stop and everything. I'm just saying, like, in society, it's not safe out here, especially in the industry, because a lot of female artists promote, that, and a lot of young children are being affected by it more than they think, and they don't think that it's a big deal until, they keep doing it, and then other things take place because of that sort. And it's really important that people pay attention to that, because the more you pay attention to it, the more you can work yourself out of it. Because you can't help everybody. Some people, their minds are stuck that it's good for you and it's well for you. No matter how many times I try to tell myself that it wouldn't work, it would always be something else to tell me that it's too much. Books I've written on it, it's too much information I got on it to be able to turn back to it. And after all the work I put towards that, I know I would never have to deal with that. I just know for society, they only deal with it because they decide to. By structuring your foundation, you gotta definitely make sure you have a educated family. Definitely an educated family, because the reason why a lot of people get caught up in stuff because they don't have as much education as they claim themselves to or see themselves as. And after they call in the boot, it's hard for some people to get out. Like, and then as well as like to build a proper foundation, you really gotta, connect with your people. You gotta be able to, y'all all gotta be accountable to each other. Y'all gotta be equal, like, because one is above the other if you're all a group. And I know now if your parents are the owner of a company and you are the children, and think about this, they gave you ownership. That means they're giving you, ownership. That does not mean, you go out and be like, yo, I'm the head of this, I'm the head of this, I'm the head of that. Like, we're not doing none of that. What we're gonna do,
make sure you stay on topic.
yes.
Keep moving, but make sure.
Yeah, sounds like just like a main part of structuring your foundation, like
That right there. Yeah, that right there is okay. Hold on. Yeah, that right there is definitely one of the heavy contributors of the society in general. They don't have a positive influence in certain aspects, and it's like when you're operating out of a specific energy field, certain things are going to reach you, and if a specific person is a specific way, then they're going to automatically act on certain things. Not everybody has a strong foundation, because say for instance, right, you can have two households. You got one household that got both parents in it. They both desire for their children to have a great life. They don't want them to go through the system. They don't want them to be out in the streets. They don't want them to be caught up in the outside world and the outside energy fields, because they've experienced it before. They know the effects of how that'll have you growing up. And then you got this person that's out in that energy field from a very, very, very young age. They don't have positive influences. So for the person that's in the house, they have a proper structure for their foundation moving forward. So when they get older, they're going to have a better sense of education. They're going to have a better sense of how to move forward. They're going to have a better education in general. The one that was in the just working with the outside energies and outside that home, they didn't have that same environment. They didn't have. They don't feel like they didn't have that safe space to where they'd be able to properly structure a foundation moving forward. So as they move forward, if their influences are not positive outside the home, then the foundation is not going to be set. There's certain things that person's going to have to go through before they're going to even be able to realize on how to even set a proper foundation for themselves moving forward. And that's another thing I'm grateful for because our parents, they made sure that they kept all of us up under the household. They didn't allow us to be out roaming with these outside energies. They grew up in broken homes and they've experienced being in that outside energy and they know exactly how that'll affect you growing up because how it affected them. So they made an agreement and a pact to make sure that they dedicate their lives for us to make sure that we have a proper structure for our foundation moving forward. So when we show up somewhere, whether it's one of us or all of us, you feel that collective energy. We show up somewhere, you feel that energy, you start looking around because you ain't feeling anything like it before. That right there, that's like that structure of that foundation. And for those who don't have that, my mission is to continue to assist as much as I know how and what I have the ability to do, so I can assist the people who don't have a proper foundation. I want to share with them what I do have from our foundation that can assist them with building theirs. Because just as you were saying, we got to build our communities. We got to make sure we're tapping into our communities. So we're working together as our people. We're equal in the situation. It isn't one over another. It's all of us together. We are one. We are each other. We're reflections of each other's energy field. And being a reflection of each other's energy field, you could be one of the most positive people, but you can come across a negative person, right? That's still another reflection of you that you're dealing with. And if you decide to go low with that person, you just gonna be low with that person. And it's only gonna get worse from there. But if you decide to just keep your state of positive, then they're going to just gravitate away from you because they see that they cannot push you away. They see that they cannot shake your energy field because you're too strong to. You're immovable. Your energy field is immovable. So when it comes down to stuff like that, and I know that about myself to be true, I want to be able to provide what I have the ability to provide to those who don't feel as if they have that. Because I've met people, they have that, but they don't know it. They're not aware of it. So they need somebody to be able to activate it within them. It's like, I believe in you until you believe in yourself kind of thing. Because once people see how hard you believe in them, how hard that you go just to support them, they're gonna be like, damn, this person really is on my side. My goodness, what did I do to attract this? And it has them just asking all these questions in their head, and then next thing they know, it clicks on for them just like that, and they're like, okay, well shoot, I know I can do it now. I see the kind of support that they have over there. I see the kind of energy field that they assist me with. So shoot, the only thing I can do is go forward from this point. So for me,
Yeah.
I'm just grateful that we have the ability to be able to assist in that way.
All right, but you,
But yeah, you got it.
All right, but yeah, in terms of having a solid foundation, the best thing to do is just pay attention to your surroundings and influences and the things that you intake and condone, tolerate, and allow into your vibration. Because as good as it may sound, that's not as easy as many people think. A lot of people are so based upon the programming and things that have been set into place within this country that certain things that they thought was okay for so long, they end up going with those things for an extended period of time, and until they either come to a consciousness or they end up sticking with it because they think that it's
I just took you off the phone.
they think that it's valid. They would think it's valid just because, they were told it's good. And the thing about a solid foundation is you got to know what's actually balanced, like from the roots of our people, because everything we're being fed is like completely opposite of what is actually good for you. Things that you're being told is bad for you. You really got to do more research and just to find out that these things are the most beneficial things, and the things they say are good for you be the thing that takes you up out of here the quickest. So about building a solid foundation, besides having a substantial amount of income for whatever foundation you're trying to build, like you got to think of it from your standpoint. Like for example, me, I'm not ever considering working for any of that stuff just for me. Everything that I do, every time I touch a pad or write a song or something, I know that the outcome is going to be to assist the foundation, like from here on out, like the years to come. Along with that, I have to make sure I be balanced, because if I'm not, I'm going to think I'm doing more than I actually am. And then, I'm going to think it's going to be one thing, and then it's going to really be another thing. And you get caught up in the ego, exactly like Willie just said. People really do get caught up in that ego thing. Like I would, and I just started having to pay attention to it. Keep your ego in the right, to keep it from veering to the left. Because it will really veer to the left very quickly, because it feels good to. Your egos will make you feel good saying certain things, like, or feeling certain types of ways, and you can't get rid of it. It's just keep it in the right. And as long as you keep it in the right, everything that you're attempting to do in terms of a foundation literally starts with influence and how you see things, because what you intake from that point on is basically upon your morals and beliefs. There's nothing I believe. Like I was taught not to believe in anything, because everything you once believed in, you go to find out years later that's not really good for you, or you find out that something's not beneficial, or found out that or you was believing a lot the whole time. Yeah, that's the truth, and that's what we really have to come to, like paying attention to what actually is, so the foundation can be a solid one, not just like knock a few pieces of wood into some dirt. Make sure you got like a foundation, like some rod iron beams and some concrete that you know is not going to move, not on top of no hill that you know can shift. Basically, that's the metaphor for it. Make sure that you solid in foundation in everything else you present before moving any further forward. So it's the intention of creating a foundation. The intention of creating a foundation is to create a foundation. Like you don't have to do anything else outside of it. So that's my take on it. So, what about consortium?
Do what?
You want to speak on that topic too? Since all three of you already went over it.
Okay, so my question for that, is, it's not like a broad question in a sense, but I guess I can ask it so I can narrow it down. What did it take for you to structure this foundation the way it did, and the intention that you had in the beginning?
So the question is, what did it take for me to structure this foundation?
With your intention in the beginning.
With my intention in the beginning. Well, first of all, I had a commitment to myself that when I have children, that was my intention. I wanted children. But when I find a mate to have a child with, that your life would definitely not be like mine. You know what I'm saying? I would give a basic from my experience, because I've gone through the things that I've gone through. I've got a kind of a roadmap what way to not go now. I got a roadmap which way to go, and what streets to stay off of, what vibration to stay away from, if you put it in that aspect.
Yes, sir.
But yeah, it's interesting because the structure was just like from my intuition. I know that it's important to be a good influence and to have a good influence, you know, in order to be anything, you know, and you have whatever influences I noticed that when I came up, the influences that I saw certain people have, you can see that they turned out like their influences. So if they had positive influences, they pretty much turned out positive. If they had negative influences, then that's the result. So the structure and the foundation, me seeing it early and me knowing I'm going to be responsible. But my mom kind of made me responsible early because my father was in and out. And she used to tell me all the time that I'm the man of the house. So I had to kind of figure out how to set a foundation right there. And she gave me a lot of freedom to get it wrong. You know what I'm saying? So I ended up getting it right after a while because I ended up learning that, you know, you have to really discipline yourself. And that's the thing is, everything is from structure from the inside. You are the structure to your foundation by you going inside, you know, setting rules and goals and, you know, setting setting commitments to yourself, like, you know, being committed to doing certain things, making sure you know apply yourself to certain things, not just talk about it or whatnot. You have to come up with some kind of ritual that you do that makes you feel like it's worth doing, and you'll see the result. And once you see the result, that is what makes it worth doing. You shouldn't have to work too much harder after that. It's a process, but. Early on, I just knew that I wanted to, you know, y'all know my story about y'all being my imaginary friends. Y'all know how that was, and that was like the start of the foundation to me in a sense, like for real. You know what I'm saying? For me, how I look at it.
Yes,
I was on the live today with Brother Sanchez and a bunch of cats, and they were, you know, it was just very open-minded conversation about things, saying how, you know, how lucid dreaming was getting off of it, but at the same time in subject matter, how lucid dreaming enables you to be able to manifest certain things that you can understand your dreams, but understanding like this thing we're living in is really like your, you know, it's a dream from another side. We're just in the simulation of it, you know, physically. And spiritually, you know, you can jump in and out of this thing. And I know by having certain dreams, everybody has had that experience where they were paralyzed when they were coming back to awaken and couldn't move or something like that, or had some kind of experience where when they were falling, they woke up right when they would hit the floor or something like that, or either somebody was waking them up. All that kind of stuff is deep to know that, you know, all of our found that everything that happens in our life is something that is, you know, subsided from the foundation of our thoughts, from our actions, from what we're doing. Everything we're experiencing is from some kind of thing we set up in the structure of how we move. You know what I'm saying? It's all a foundation. You know, you're changing it all the time. Y'all see me reinventing, assisting, and sharing different ways for you all to do something different and something better because I've had to do it. I mean, even every day, like every day, you know, you being the structure of your foundation, you have to guard your mind. You have to set rules to create the foundation. You know what I'm saying? Create the foundation, set rules to keep consistent and loyalty, you know, be loyal to it. Because, you know, it is what I share with y'all, how I influence y'all know. You're gonna get what you put in. Like whatever you think you're gonna, it's what it's going to be. You know, that's what the results are gonna be. But, you know what I'm saying? So, in the aspect of it, it's pretty simple. It's complex in one sense when you don't want to accept it, but it's very simple when you do. Because, you know, I know right now it's about intuition. It's about allowing your inner self to speak to you and you listen and you follow instructions. Because when you're putting forth the right force of energies, you know, in your foundation, what you're not going to do anything but go in the right direction. You know what I'm saying? You're going to be pulled in the right direction. That's what the universe does. The energy. You try to be positive, and positive energies automatically, you know, gives you a reason to be more positive. Same thing with negative, though. You can pay attention to that. Negative, you know, it awards negative. You know, it just allows you to feel more negative when you get into the loop of it. You know, same thing. You get happy, you can get happier and happier if you allow yourself to open up your system to do so. So that's the foundation of me wanting the best for you all because of my own life. So that's where my structure came from, looking at it from, okay, this is my blueprint. I know if I don't do something different in front of them, they'll end up doing this and they'll end up in the same place I was. So it made me really take a hard look at how I was maneuvering and how I was managing my own thoughts, and that's the reason why we're here. Because I'm grateful that, it's a different situation. Y'all know we're different. Y'all know this whole situation is different. And then I hear cats all the time, and I'm gonna call camera for this. I hear cats all the time saying, oh, y'all doing a good thing. Y'all, that's what's up. Y'all really, rocking it. Y'all, we need to see more of this. We need to see more of this. But I don't have that much support. I have support from a few people. You know what I'm saying? But it's not like that. It's like, we really, as a foundation in terms of our culture, it is off balance. Because I don't get, and I'm not looking for no accolades because this is my choice. This is my wife and I's choice. This is my queen and I's choice. We chose to co-create this family. So I'm not asking anyone to do anything extra. I just will to we have other families as allies. I can't even. It's hard to find another brother who got 5, 6, 7 children with the same woman, and we can like create family alliances and stuff. It's even y'all know what I'm talking about.
Yes,
I
sir.
go on all these different websites, all these different so all these different things on social media is basically saying how the modern woman this and the man, the modern man this or whatever the hell. All of it's kind of twisted. We all in a different space. It was a thing that they were talking about how it's 3 million more women in the U.S. than it is men. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, wow. What do you do? What do you do about that? How are we gonna? And then in our community, it's even worse because our numbers are down. Like our numbers for males, especially, are down. And then half of the women don't seem to care for much. Many of us, no matter how hard we try, it's like we don't get the respect that we deserve. Especially, and I'm just one that I know I work hard as hell to be a good human being, a good father, a good son to my parents, a good husband or king to my queen, a good human being to the people I come across the paths with. But I'm gonna tell you, this shit is not easy, and it does not. You don't get rewards. The reward you get is this. The only reward I get is what you see on the screen. That's the reward that I get. I get to see my sons, my king sons, and goddess princesses, my princesses, to raise and become queens and have something, live the legacy in a very, very positive and promising way so that we can move something on the earth in the world, because that's really what I came for. I know that. I wouldn't have, ain't no way in hell you would have told me I was going to have this many children, even though I had imaginary friends, because I didn't understand that point. I just know I had quite a few energy fields around me, and it just came clear to me that that's just the protection that was put on me so that I could, fulfill this legacy, to work it out, to allow myself to be influenced by my energy and my actions and my mistakes. You know what I'm saying? Because that's really what I want to share. I want to share most of the shit that that I messed up on the most, so that maybe somebody can figure out a different way to, maneuver with that, especially you all. You know what I'm saying? So
Yes, sir.
that's just the space I'm in. I know it's just important. The foundation, you know, I am, so you are. You know what I'm saying? So you are, I am. I am the structure to my foundation. You are the structure to your foundation. That is the reason why I really stress that so much. You know what I'm saying? In the sense of you are really, really being, effective with your thoughts and staying consistent, and not jumping in and out and having these emotional, things going on, So it is what it is.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
Everybody has touched on the topic. What's up?
Yeah. I mean, all is well. It's just a quick. We were just going quick anyway, so that we can, share a few things. But it's so many things we just need to, vibe and just be able to communicate about a lot of different things in terms of how do you structure your foundation properly. You have to have, like I said, you have to have some rituals with yourself. You have to have some things that you do with yourself. You don't have to call them rituals if you're scared or if you got some kind of personal thing going on with that. But you need to have some habits. You need to have some religion like the religious things you do, you need to be religious with the things that build, good character and spiritual, connectedness for your foundation. You know what I'm saying? Because we are being looked at by somebody. You know what I'm saying? Even if you're not a parent, you're being looked at by somebody. You know what I'm saying? By somebody about something. So all is well.
Yes, sir. I definitely greatly appreciate this time.
Yeah, it's grateful to be one. I'm grateful to have, change, and it's grateful to keep moving forward and setting up organizations to help people. And this, I say, can't everybody be helped? And that's, some people, when you realize that, even if you love them, when you realize some people.
Don't we know that? Didn't we learn that the hard way?
Yes.
I mean, but it is what it is. And then, getting back on what you said, Hamad, about, the retention and the structure and things that, like the things that you had to deal with, which we will be sharing some information about a podcast he and I are doing about some things that he's had to overcome. And it's his personal story, but he asked me to be present with him because, I was able to assist him with influence, sharing some things with him, and just, I'm grateful that he was receptive to the point of the things that I had to offer. Because I'm going to tell you, man, a lot of times teenagers don't give a damn what you're talking about. I mean, your children in general, but teenagers especially, because we're in a state right now where the majority seems to have it where they don't want to respect the elder because most of the elders, unfortunately, have not earned the respect of the youth. You know what I'm saying? And I say that like this. A lot of the elders feel like they're owed something by the youth because they were here first. You're not owed anything. What you need to do is come into terms that this is their time now, and you're going to need to line yourself up to being, an ally to them, so that as you get older, you don't, fall along the wayside. Because the only reason I see where people mess up with their youth is they put the barrier of, we used to be like this, y'all like this. Not serious. You can stand up or something. Y'all like this. We not like that. We didn't grow up like that. Yeah, of course y'all did. The temperature is different. The weather is different. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I used to hear that because it's interesting, because I'm still like a lot of the rebellious youth are today. Like, I've been like that all my life, so I can relate to the youth that are like, that don't agree with this shit, because a lot of it doesn't make sense. It never made sense. So even for older people that's my age and older, I don't see how in the hell you could see certain things a certain way and be out here thinking it's all good, like really on some spiritual stuff. You go through something. I'm born 1968. I've seen enough for me to know better than to believe the shit that they told us, that they've been telling us for forever. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't understand how somebody can come in this time and just see certain things and not get clicked onto that. So therefore, I understand that it is a spiritual conspiracy. There's a lot of shit going on to keep us out of the frequency. The frequency, y'all. That's what the focus is. Keep you out of the frequency. We keep you out of the frequency, we got you out the loop, baby.
Man,
You know what I'm saying? And I'm talking about the loop that you not. I ain't talking about the loop because they got your ass in the loop. I'm talking about out the box. You know what I'm saying? Like, the frequency, everything, the TV, radio, internet mostly, a lot of times, because people a lot of times are not conscious of this, but everything is leading, the energy to in that direction. Like, everything is separating family. Everything is aiming at children, attempting to change the process of their perspective to the most opposite that they are designed to have, the most organic way they want to switch that around. I mean, everything is in a sense of, we gotta step on the gas and do something different. See, I'm just not interested in somebody coming to tell me how to tell my children how to raise my children, and I'm not interested in my children thinking that shit is cool. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because it's not. It's not. You can ask them. We've had some situations where I've learned my lesson in social media. I have given them. I'm so grateful that they're doing school. They're doing good in school. They're homeschooled. They're doing great. Everybody passing. So I jump out and get them all notes. I'm talking about, I get them these big body phones. Not even teenagers. A couple of them not just finished getting up in high school. Like, you know what I'm saying? From 8 to, like, what was the youngest one of y'all that I got a note for? Y'all like 11?
12 or 11.
13.
13.
No, I was 12 or 11.
Yeah, you weren't there. He was like 11 or 12.
Oh, you were 11.
Yeah, so
That's
me
well.
trusting them because they're doing so good, but me, I kind of look at it like, damn, I must have been being a little naive to think that they weren't gonna, jack off on, behind my back in the sense of like take advantage of the situation. But I'm gonna tell you, I went into this thing with 100,000% trust because I'm like, I'm doing the right thing in front of them. They ain't gonna do that. Man, you got energy that flows through those cell phones, through the people, through the energy, and it's in the children because all of them are different. All of them are from the same source but different, and that energy it's rampant. The natal chart is constantly moving. The houses are changing. The planets are moving around, so everybody's jumping in and out of their space, and all of us, are, creators and have creative minds just because the fire signs that co-created them, and we have something different going on. So, yeah, the foundation is a must. The structure is a must. The structure is a must. You know what I'm saying? To get right, to stay, consistent, and it's what you want. Like everybody can see what you do when you do bad, when you think bad, and go about things a bad way, and everybody can see the opposite. That's everything you see. You can watch a cartoon and see the laws of attraction, the laws of the universe being worked directly in your face. And I'm not talking about just the one law. I'm talking about the law of allowing, the law of creation, the law of attraction, the law of regret, the law of everything. All the laws, you can see them being played out in everything that we live through. So let's figure out how we can each other be better, structured human beings, spirit beings, because this human thing goes away. The spirit you never stop being that part. You know what I'm saying? So it is a must.
Most definitely must.
Mhm.
So yeah, this is the episode. You are the structure to your foundation on thought processes, conversations with the highly connected and protected. Please like and subscribe. If you have any thoughts on anything that has been said, please share your comment below so we can tap in with that on the next episode. We definitely greatly appreciate your presence. We appreciate your existence. We appreciate your energy. Excuse me, we will and intend you continue to enjoy every single second of your now from now on infinitely, and know and understand that from the thoughts you think, the words you speak, and the energy you possess, the vibration of your frequency, that is what determines how you are going to move forward with structuring your foundation properly. Know and understand that it starts from self. It only starts from you. And when you come across somebody else, know that's you as well. Just pushed out in a different form. Peace, love, and infinite blessings.
Use love and eternal power, everybody.
Peace, love, and eternal power. Thank you for the watch. If you like, please like and subscribe and share. If any part of this had anything to do with resonating, any positive energy, or any help, assistance of any kind, peace, love, and eternal power. Hotep.
Hotel.